That's the crazy thing, right?
Depending on the
Because
state.
people be like, "Oh, if you don't vote, that
I
vote
think that's
counts
stupid.
towards the other person." That's a lie.
Right.
First of all, you know what I'm saying? That I don't even want to hear that. You talking about my misvote. I don't have to vote.
Now,
I'm in a red state. He gonna win this state anyway.
Right.
you know
Did you
who's
guys
saying
did you guys watch? Did you guys watch the convention? Okay.
I missed it.
I caught some of it. My wife was watching it, which is really strange because she really doesn't watch them like that. You know, she's not really like involved politically, so she was sitting there watching, and I was just kind of like, I already knew it was going to be all we hate Trump, we need somebody else other than Trump. You know what I mean? Like you already know what to expect. Like there's no real solution, there's no real plan. It's only hopes to get Trump out of office. So I really wasn't trying to watch it. And so as she was watching it, I'm kind of like ear hustling. That's exactly what it was. Like Michelle Obama was just talking. She was more anti-Trump than she was pro-Biden, because I don't remember her saying any reason why to vote for Biden, you know?
That's what everybody's doing, though. That's all anyone is doing. Matter of fact, I haven't seen a post that said, well, Biden's $7 trillion proposal versus Trump's.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? These are the reasons why you should probably vote for Biden and his proposal, but
Right.
no one said that. Everybody was like, Trump is a racist. Get him out of here.
Right. He's racist. He's not qualified. He's ruined. Like
That's it. It's always been like, we hate this guy. Get him out of here. But no one. It's never about, what they're gonna do. And I think that's where Hillary messed up too. But people don't even realize, because people were like, man, we can't have no Trump in there. So it was all about, we could beat Trump. We could beat Trump.
Right.
She never really focused on what she could do. She didn't even have a slogan. Like she had nothing. You know what I mean? Like, so she slept on them.
it's almost
The dog agrees. The dog agrees.
I'm see. That's what I'm talking about. The dog knows.
Yeah,
that
dog said,
he's going. Yo, bring the dog on the podcast.
Right. The dog got something to say.
man.
I think
Barking at Biden.
He said Trump 2020, bro.
I apologize, man.
But
my dog is speaking in tongues right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I had
Shaba
something
moment.
to say. But
I agree.
Right.
That's
You're
like
right.
it's like the Bulls, right? It's like like when you playing basketball, right? Like everybody's trying to beat the Golden State Warriors next year or whatever, or this year is the Lakers, right? Because they already know that they're gonna win. So it's almost like that with politics too, right? It's like the winner is Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the dude to beat, and we got to go at him, kind of thing. You know?
But they ain't got no
that just
squad,
makes him
though.
look better. That just makes him look better in a way, because
Right.
it's like you building him up like he's the man right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
But they ain't got no squad though, man.
right, that's the thing. Like you trying to beat Golden State, but you the Wizards. So
well,
you can't do it.
Nah, you the
Well,
Harlem
now-
Globetrotters, bro. What are you talking about? They the Harlem Globetrotters.
Nah,
Well-
they in DC, so they the Wizards.
well, now Biden tried to draft his player. He tried to get Kamala Harris on his team. He got Kamala Harris now.
He got her on his
Yo,
team.
I
man.
don't
This is
understand.
wild.
I don't understand.
I did not understand that when she wore him out. She wore him out
Yep.
Yo.
in the debates. And I ain't talking about she wore him out. Like she wore him out so bad. Like I was telling y'all, Trump could just use her words and post it for his campaign.
And that's what he did.
Yeah.
That's what he did. He did an ad with just her words talking about Biden. And you know what's crazy is that even after all that, people are still going to vote for him. I just talked to somebody today. I'm like, yo, how you feel about what Kamala said, though, about Biden and everything? You know what I mean? About the crime bill. You know what I mean? All that. I'm like, oh, I didn't hear that. So how you gonna vote for somebody and you don't even know like where they stand? You know what I mean? Like
blind vote. No one, all they care about is get this dude out of here. They don't even care. Yo, for all they could be signing up for the Hunger Games. They don't even care, yo. They just like, yo, vote
Yep.
vote for
Vote for as
Biden.
tribute.
Yo, that's what's
Yeah.
gonna be, man.
It's crazy
Yeah.
because Kamala Harris is considered the top cop, right?
Right.
She
Right.
was an ex-attorney general, prosecutor.
In
And-
Cali.
In
Shout out to
Yeah, in
Cali.
California. And
What's
She was foul, bro.
people have some feel some type of way about, because like now it seems like she's more reforming rather than before. But you know, like her prison reform, her stance on when it comes to marijuana and things like that. But
What you
for
talking?
years-
She said she smoked blunts listening to Tupac and Biggie.
In the
yeah,
wrong year though. She said in 86, right?
Yeah.
Where was Tupac and Biggie in 86?
nah, well, it was. She actually graduated in 1989. I read up on that, and then the
Where was
question.
Tupac and Biggie in 89?
No, but the
Tupac was
question.
still in Harlem. Tupac was still in Harlem back then.
The question was it wasn't how they made it seem. They kind of chopped that up. I saw the interview.
It should have. Maybe she meant Run
No. They
All right,
asked.
switch fact checking, man.
I had to fact check because somebody fact checked me, and
I respect that.
they fact checked me because I put the meme up, right, and I was just trolling, and they were like, "Yeah, but that's not how it went down." I'm like, "What you mean?" And then I was like, "All right, let me go watch the interview now."
All right.
So it was on Breakfast Club, and they basically asked who you grew up listening to, right?
Mhm.
And then she talked about also how when she graduated and he was like, "Oh, well, did you smoke weed?" So it was like a 2-part question, but it wasn't in the same. It wasn't meant in the same sentence, pretty much. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's more like, who did you listen to growing up, and then have you ever smoked weed before?
Right.
And then they put it. Then Charlamagne was like, "Oh, so you was smoking weed to watch Tupac and Snoop, right?"
Yeah.
So that's how it came about.
I can see that because if you ask Switch, he gonna say Pop Smoke. You know.
Right. Yo, but she like 50 growing up to Biggie and Tupac, yo. She was a grown woman, yo. I said she was a grown woman. How she was growing up to Tupac and Biggie?
All right, she's already graduated from college in her field with her degree, like
putting people away in jail
for marijuana.
Right.
You know,
crazy.
Did you guys see the meme?
There was a bunch of
us together. We put the most people away, most minorities in jail.
Oh, because of Biden's crime bill.
Because of Biden's crime bill, and Kamala Harris and her.
So
I don't understand how people, like, after knowing all that, people are still going to vote for them, thinking that.
So I saw Jimmy. I saw one person say, "Well, that was her past. We can't judge her on her past, right?" And
then why are you bringing up Trump's past, right?
Right.
Like, if it was her past, if it was Biden's past, then why are you bringing up Trump's past? You know?
Right.
Like, again, balance scales, man, because like, it's not just the Republicans, man, the Democrats too. Like, if that's how you gonna measure it, man, then you can't be talking about, Trump and WAP,
Right, but so and WAP. So Trump, but like, so again, right? There was talking about that. Oh, that was a past, let it live. But a lot of people like, yo, is she a Howard graduate?
Yeah,
maybe.
Howard,
I don't know.
She went to a HBCU, but
yeah,
they were they hyped about that, right? And I mean, that's cool, right? It's cool that she's a minority. It's cool that
people saying she ain't black too.
That's retarded. They're talking about she's from the islands though. So I mean,
because she's half Indian, right, and half Jamaican.
What?
Right?
Is it? Was it fake news? Sorry. Well, Indian is Asian.
I mean, like not Indian Asian, but like Wuhan Asian, like China virus Asian.
I gotcha.
China.
But nah, I'm playing. But I mean that I don't know. Yeah.
Well, I think people were bringing that up because when she became like the first Indian American
senator, and she was kind of riding that wave,
and she was riding that like
so she jumped on that for the hype,
right?
So then now it's like female vice president, first black. Now it's like, oh yeah, I'm
now
that.
She gonna
now,
run with that one.
I mean?
Okay.
So that's why people.
Is it fake news about Trump asking about her validity and like is she really black or she something? Because I read something online about
her
that.
birth. Yeah, her birth.
Yeah, about her birth.
No, I don't know. I don't know if it was Trump. I don't know if it was Trump, but I did.
Okay.
I did see, and I'm not saying that he didn't. I just don't know that it was if he
Gotcha.
said something. But Republicans are questioning whether or not she's a U.S. citizen because when she was born, her
from Canada, right?
parents were here illegally, I guess.
I thought it was from Canada, I believe.
So they saying that she's from Canada now?
That's what I saw. I can't.
Yeah, basically that they weren't American citizens, so therefore
right.
she's not an American citizen.
I mean, isn't it kind of crazy how this starts popping up now? Meanwhile, she's been in government for how many years?
Now it's an issue. All the people she locked up. Yeah, all the people she locked up. If she's not an American citizen, why does she have all that power?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Ridiculous. So does that mean the Republicans want everybody who was convicted of a crime because of her for their record to be expunged, right? And for those people to be released? Because that's what happens when a cop does something wrong, right?
Yeah.
Generally, all those cases, they look into those cases. Those people get out and everything. Is that what the Republicans want?
I think what they feel is like
they're like, hold on now.
They're like, yo, that whole hypocrisy with her, like, you know, I forgot. I was reading the other day. It was something like she wrote in a book, like, oh yes, we need more police in the streets. Their presence minimizes crime, and then now her whole way of thinking has changed. And I'm gonna show grace because, and we have to because we believers. You know what I'm saying? And we personally have. I'm just saying, like, we personally have experienced a life-changing event that has changed our mind. So yeah, we were a certain type of way because we could bring up past all day. Anybody could bring up my past and be like, oh yeah, well now he's talking about righteousness, but he was doing this and that. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. Like, it's possible that she may have a change of heart. She may have a change of mind. But, you know, people are feeding off of that pretty much. And I'm not excusing it. I'm not excusing it. I'm not saying that it's not hypocritical in some kind of way. But I'm just showing a little grace, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what we call to do.
Right. but she did say on the campaign, though, that she maybe not to do, you know, this has nothing to do with the cannabis, right, or drugs or whatever. But she did say that she would send police to take firearms via executive order. That to me is concerning.
Oh yeah,
that to me is concerning. You know, so that's
she doesn't want.
She said mandatory buyback.
Right.
For AR.
You Debo? Like, you know what I'm saying?
How you going to buy back mandatory? Yo.
Yeah, well, you guys saw that video. Someone posted that video up, right? Where it was like who was that gentleman? You guys remember?
Coleon?
Yeah, like he's a big Second Amendment.
Coleon Noir.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know him, but just watching that video, and he was just on some. Yeah, she says it's just AR-15s, but you know, what is it? Less than 1%.
Less than 1% of deaths. Yep.
Or from AR-15, he's like, well, what's gonna happen next? You know what I'm saying? Because now they're gonna start complaining about the statistics of handguns.
Right.
And I was like, that's a good point.
Right.
I can't be mad at him about
because you take the ARs and the gun deaths and
nothing changes.
It doesn't.
The numbers are the same.
Right. So now it's like we got to take your guns.
They doing mass shootings with handguns. Let's take away the handguns now.
Right.
I don't see that happening. You know, I just don't. I think it's too many.
There's too many guns.
Too many lobbyists. All of that. It's. I don't see that happening. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're bringing up like her stance on marijuana. What was it? There was someone that was innocent that she didn't release the.
Oh yeah, she did
evidence.
A lot of,
She suppressed evidence. Yeah,
and then that came out. So it's just a lot of her history isn't that great, and I could see why someone like her wouldn't be. People who feel like, yo, she's not qualified. You know what I mean? Or they feel like she's not. You know, that's not the person they're voting for. I get it. You know what I mean? With a history like that. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. Like if we have a believer who. Let's say he was God forbid, a sex offender, and now he wants to teach the kids. You know what I'm saying? We might be a little iffy, like I don't think. You know what I mean? I don't think we're gonna
a little.
A little, yeah. Yeah. Nah, we definitely not putting him in the kids' room. We gonna usher.
We're gonna put him in the wood chipper.
Nah,
That's what we're doing.
but the thing is, you know what's the difference though? Like something like that, if you say you compare it to a believer. If the believer repented, right? She never admitted to doing any wrong. She never said what she did
True story.
That's true.
was wrong or she felt bad at what she
point.
did.
She
She never
justified
said
it.
that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, she
Just
did
like-
justify it.
Just like Joe Biden said, yeah, we kind of messed up on a crime bill, but he never said what he's going to do to correct that bill.
Right.
Like he has no intentions. Now he has said that he would do some type of reform, you know what I'm saying? But
He hasn't
never
said
really-
what though, right?
He hasn't said what. He didn't say where
Yeah.
the money was coming from. Of course, there's going to be, some increase in taxes or some kind of, like, they got to get the money somewhere. But he's talking about a reform, but he doesn't really say anything or even speak in detail his plans, to reverse what he's done in the past. So I don't see it, and she hasn't either. She backpedaled in certain things, but she definitely didn't backpedal on what she's done in the past. And them dudes that's sitting in jail right now because of her, that's probably innocent. Like,
yeah,
and people are okay with that. That's what's crazy to me.
A lot of people are okay with that.
They're okay with that just because she's the complete opposite of Trump. But just because she's a person of color doesn't mean she's for us.
I just had a conversation with somebody yesterday. They were like, they were going to vote for her because we missed the chance to have a woman president, and now we have a chance to vote for a woman of color. A woman of color. And so then I asked them. I said, "Well, which one of her policies do you like?" They didn't have an answer for me.
You don't say.
Yeah, like that. Like
They don't. They won't.
What? Do you guys know if Biden did any reforms when he was vice president? If like anything was passed?
Biden didn't do anything as a vice president.
No,
I couldn't think of anything, and that's
only now they're into prison reform and
after Trump
funding the police and I feel that's because that's what's hot at the moment. You know what I'm saying?
But that's because Trump did it.
Yeah,
Trump did it. You know what I'm saying? Like Biden has hit his opportunity and he didn't do anything. You know what I mean? And Kim Kardashian came, talked to Trump. And they did something. They worked on something. They passed something.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking, like, if you guys knew if Biden did anything during or even just the Obama administration, not necessarily Biden, but did the Obama administration do anything about prison reform?
And that's my thing. Like with Democrats, it just seems like they just riding the wave instead of having these policies. Like, a couple years ago, y'all was talking about this, and now y'all, I feel this way. You know what I mean? Because this is like the front of what the Democrats want to promote. Like the same thing when we were talking about abortion. Remember with Biden?
Right.
And it was like he had a hard stance against abortion, and then now it's like, well, yeah, well, I don't believe that, but I mean, I don't think that way, but this is what the Democrats want, and this is what some people in the nation want. You know what I mean?
Right.
To be honest, all politicians do that, right? They're gonna tell you whatever they want, whatever you want to hear.
Tell them.
There we go.
You know what I'm saying? Just to get the vote. So
there we go.
Republican, Democrat, they're gonna tell you anything you want to hear.
It's a game, right?
Yeah,
it feels like a game. Like we're getting gamed.
Anybody disagree at Ant?
At me. I want to see who, as a Democrat, like how many poor people have really prospered under Democrats. Because they always talking about they for us, but I don't see. But then the flip side of that, people are like, well, as a Democrat, if we can't get stuff passed or we get rejected. But I remember there was some times where there was majority rule, House, Senate, and President, all Democrats.
It's always the case. Like usually the first 2 to 4 years, actually the first 2 years, it's always the majority, right? If a Republican is in office, then they're the majority. So that's why they push a lot of bills through.
Then it flips.
And then it changes, right? Ties change, right?
Because they're trying to get the next.
Exactly. So whatever Obama wanted to pass those first 2 years, he could have passed.
Right. Exactly. So I don't see it. Yeah.
What I'm trying to wrap my head around is the electoral college.
Yo, matter of fact, that's good. Switch. You know why?
Because Trump supposedly lost by 3 million votes on the popular vote.
He did. He got murdered in the popular vote.
Meaning that us, the people, voted for Hillary. Not us. I'm not saying me per se.
Yeah, you voted. You voted for Hillary. You
the
said
entire nation. Nah,
He did.
The entire nation.
He said because it was a historical moment. He said
voted for Hillary, but that don't mean nothing.
Right. So
it's the electoral college, and I'm still trying to understand and comprehend how that works.
I don't. They need to get rid of it anyway. But I don't. But
because some people were saying that the thing is, you have certain states that have less people, so their votes don't matter as much. So that's why they have these balances with the electoral college, where every state, you have. I guess it goes by the House of Representative and the Senate. You get 2 senators, and then you get the rest of whatever's in each state that represents it. So it's like it's crazy. Like the way that works, it's like, yo, dude, like we don't really directly vote for who we really want at the end of the day.
Right. Well, I mean, like for us who are in California and New York, let's say we did vote for Trump, it wouldn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it wouldn't matter. So why vote? You know what I mean?
Right. But
because it's already going to be chalked up as a win for Biden,
That's the crazy thing, right? Because people be like, oh, if you don't vote, that vote counts towards the other person. That's a lie.
Right.
First of all, you know what I'm saying? That I don't even want to hear that. You talking about my misvote. I don't have to vote.
Now
I'm in a red state. He gonna win this state anyway.
What they say is important is to vote when there's
the
local other stuff,
the local
Senate, because these are the people that are deciding, that are making these decisions. So I heard the electoral college is basically whatever majority wrote, and also each state has not each state, but two states have a different way that they do it. They do it by district, and I'm like, yo, how do you wrap your head around this? Like, this sounds super complicated to me. You know what I mean?
It is complicated and old school.
But it's like, like, let's say that one person's winning, but if they win with the other electoral college by a couple points, then they win the election in that state. It's like crazy.
So what I say to that is, all them people that be talking about, you need to go vote and
vote or die.
All of that, right. Now, all of them, go take your Facebook post and go to those states with the electoral colleges and go holler at them over there. Yo, go convince them. Leave me alone. My vote don't matter. So if I don't vote, leave me alone. Go holler at them, those states up there that deal with that, man.
But we kind of lucked out with that election, no? Because we would have gotten Hillary.
We lucked out with an election.
I mean, if you think about it, though, I think it would probably be every Democrat would probably win the presidential if it was popular vote. No,
I'm cool on that.
That's
bro.
what people were saying.
Because think about it, most media or most popular media are, sorry to say, but it's Democratic.
Yeah, it's like what 4 to 6 TV stations versus 1.
Yeah, so
that's
right.
Opposite. Yeah, that's
right. Yeah, so definitely you would have the Democratic candidate win almost every election if it was popular vote. I mean,
well, that's what they were saying, because like New York and Cali, being that they have a larger population, if you go by popular vote, then the states with the most people are going to win more, and then that's going to make it unbalanced in a way. I don't know how.
I don't know so how is that works. Why? Yeah, so
that's why they have the electoral colleges to kind of balance it out somewhat. Because you got to get 270 electoral colleges votes to win the election, and there's like 536 or something.
This is impressing me right now,
right?
Yo, because I was trying to wrap my head around
his homework.
Nah, because when they say, yo, Trump lost by 3 million votes, I'm like, what?
Yeah, he got murdered. I remember that. He got
3 million votes, and this man's still the president?
Right.
But you know what? But those are the states he hit the most, though.
Right.
Yeah, they
Yep.
campaign in
So
certain
he
states.
came with a game plan, and Hillary was like, "I got this."
Yeah,
In the
I think
bag, yeah.
it's certain states. Like I think it's Ohio, Florida,
Yeah, Ohio is one of them.
a couple other ones. I
Yeah,
can't
listen,
remember
guys,
the
we're
top.
not a political podcast. You know what I mean?
I know
At
We never
all.
meant this.
We just end up.
We never
right
meant
back
this to
here
be a
every
political
week.
podcast, but we end up talking about Trump and Biden because that's we talk more about the current events, and that's
Just like
Yeah,
just
that's
like
what's
in the
going on
barbershop.
right now.
news.
Yup.
Yeah,
That's what's
Yeah.
going on. People don't like what we have to say anyway about it.
I think they do because they tune in.
They tune in to be mad. They probably punching their radio.
they punch in the air.
They punch in the air. Yeah, they throwing their AirPods.
What's that? What's that movie when the dude swings his arm around?
With Cuba
Misses-
and Menace when he starts fighting.
Yeah.
All that boys in the hood, right?
Yeah,
Boys in the
yeah.
Hood. My bad. Boys in the Hood. Wrong movie. Yeah,
That's dumb. Swing in the air.
yeah, they be mad.
That's
Yo,
not.
that's funny.
But